Hello, this is the first of 3 videos covering paper training. In this video we're going to be covering how to create a survey in your SurveyManager account. So right now I'm in the surveys section under the surveys tab. And on the left you'll see create new survey. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to give the survey a name and choose a survey type, which is going to be paper survey. Now I could create from another survey, make a copy and work off of that if I wanted to, but today we're going to do it from scratch. I could also use, we have some templates in here that you can use that are just other copies of surveys, some preset surveys that we have that you can make copies of and also work off of. But today, like I said, we're going to be working from scratch. So here's our question types. We have multiple choice, horizontal, and vertical. This is choose one choice only. You have choose all that apply, lets you choose more than one choice. Open-ended multi-line, which is for gathering comments. A matrix multiple choice is if you have a lot of multiple choice questions that have the same response, you can group them all in one section and maybe save some room. That's what these are used for. And same thing for the matrix choose all to apply. Information page, we don't support that, so don't include that in your survey. So we'll start with our first survey type, which is going to be multiple choice vertical. And I can type in a question and then a response. Click on save and add another one. Next question is going to be multiple choice horizontal. Now we have some in your library, we have preset questions already in your library in your account, and you can add to this question and responses if you want to. They'll only be viewable from your account. Anything you add will only be viewable from your account. So we already have some preset questions in here, so I'm going to choose one. Basically it's the how old you are question, and I'm going to select a response from the library. Choose age, under 18. Now if I was working off a Word or a PDF document, which you can use express paste and cut and paste your responses in here. Every response would have just one line. So if I might have like 18 to 24, 25 to 30. So each one of these would be a response line which would get inserted in there, and I just go and insert. So I'm going to click on save and add another. Now we're going to do a choose all to apply vertical. And I always like to let them know they can make more than one selection. And once again, I'm typing in the responses. And then I'm going to click on save and add another. And choose all to apply horizontal. And again, I'm going to type in a question. And again, I'm going to type in the responses. And click on save and add another. Now we're going to do a matrix multiple choice. So like I said, this could be like you could have 3 or 4 questions with the same response. You may want to group them together. In this case, it's going to be please rate the following. Each question gets its own line. Oops. And then the responses I'm going to pull from the library. Whoops, wrong one. In this case, it's going to be excellence. And I'm going to save that question. And then the last question we're going to cover is an open-ended. We're not going to do matrix choose all that apply because that works the same way as matrix multiple choice. And I'm going to just type in and then save. And then we have our 6 little questions. We can do a quick preview here to see if we give an idea what it's going to look like. And I click save here. Now we have scans you could do if you're going to be export using our SurveyManager to export the survey to Word to work off of. You can actually create user skins here. We're not going to go into too much detail, but you can in the scan you can delete. You can we use our own logo where you can insert your own logo. You can insert your own colors and change the fonts and stuff like that if you wanted to. You could also do it, you just export it to Word and just insert your logo there in Word, which was what a lot of people do. And that's why we're not covering this in a lot of detail today, because people basically use their wait till they get into Word, or you do it in their own document rather than using our skin. So we're just going to choose the template one and click save here. Now all this does is it just wants to make sure that you have at least one location, because when you run any survey you need to have a location to associate the data with. And this just is a sort of a little check that says do you have a location, and if you don't have a location it's going to force you to add at least one before you can save it. Okay, so now I got my survey here. I can preview it again. And notice I'm going to go ahead and export this to Word because I'm going to be working off of this. Now that's in my case. In your case, you can have your own PDF. Like I said before, you can have your own PDF or Word doc that you can work off of, and just create the survey from that. And that way, you don't have to use our export or anything like that. Now one thing I wanted to show you is notice that I have please enter comments above the box here. If you put please enter comments inside the box, when you go to do a data capture, we use what we call an image clip. It's going to always capture that text there. And you can set this so if nobody writes in the box, you don't take a picture, and that way you won't be taking a lot of pictures with nothing there other than please enter your comment. So you always want to make sure that you use this nice square box here and have your question above the box. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save this. Oh, also, before I save it, you'll notice that you always want to make sure the bubbles aren't too close to any text, because when you're in our second video, which we'll be covering remark, you'll want to have these so you can capture the data, and you'll be putting a little rectangle around all these bubbles, and you don't want it near text because it'll be very hard to capture your to show remark where you want to capture your data. Now I'm going to save this file as a PDF, and I'm going to save it to my desktop. I'm going to choose PDF here. I'm going to change the name to the same thing as my survey, which is paper sample. And I click save. And here's the PDF version. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to print this out, and I'm going to run it through a scanner and save the scanned copy as a PDF, and then store that in a folder. And I've already done that here. And as you can see, this is a PDF that I've run through a scanner and then saved the scanned image as a PDF. And this is what you want to use for your remark capture, because you're going to be running your printed copies also through a scanner, and that way they'll match up. And notice I've given this folder the same name as my survey. I recommend keeping all your surveys in separate folders, all your PDFs and stuff for each survey in separate folders, and they'll be easier to keep track of the data. And so this ends the first video on paper surveys. Thank you.